dignity that his family has acted with. But he's going to be disparaged for something else in this country, just like Emmett Till's death was, and just like Medgar Evans' death. That he will not have died in vain. And we're standing here with Dr. King, and he took off right after Emmett Till's death to lead this crusade. So in his spirit, as we walk over to the courthouse, I think that's what we're going to do next, isn't it? Mm-hmm. We're walking to show the people of this community and the people of this country that things are going to change here. That Trayvon's death is going to be the spur for something new. And we're going to make sure that his death was a terrible violence, and his death will not be marred by new violence. But in the light of his sacrifice, we'll have a better life for everybody in this country.
All right. All right. Floor is open. Anybody else want to speak? If not, go ahead and do your poem.
All right.
Majyck asked me to do a poem today.
Good.
I have something that was old, but I'm going to bring it out for this occasion. I remember the flashing of lights, blue, red, those colors supposed to mean safety, but mostly meant death. I remember youth, all used up in jail cells and graveyards. This is my future. I remember slaves, tied up in nooses, bruises, whipped, raped. I lay out there, out of my own body, and I go into my ancestors. I recognize my blackness, my stupidity and ignorance. I knew then what I was told. My A's were not good enough to get into college. I cried, knowing that my future is death if I don't, so I struggled, wanting to be good enough. I remember the shock in the blue eyes when I mentioned I'm educated, the good for yous, as if I was never supposed to make it this far, and yet things have not changed. Educated folks possess the power to be ignorant, shooting me down with intolerance. I don't want to be tolerated, but maybe exonerated, dug up from the tombs which I was buried and commiserated. Stories of us of old times exacerbated, and yet no one listens. No ears turn to hearts, no ears, no tears of understanding, just barriers like walls. Like the three pigs who built homes for protection, hiding from themselves. I want to be the big bad wolf. Call me nasty, mean, cruel. Call me the N-word, for all I want to do is blow your house down. Blowing straw homes into vortexes, only to let it fall down like rain, cleansing our minds from our self-indulgence. Pretending to love each other as if we are one, we are all human, yet I am still a subject of curiosity, as if my flesh is rubber and my blood is toxic. My hair must be snakes, which is why someone's always sticking their hands in it, as if I'm not just a different color than you, but I'm a different species in and of itself. I remember the pain of my father's eyes as he spoke to me in broken Spanish with black skin like mine, as if I was unsure of who he was. Or maybe I was unsure of who I was. I remember streets cold, hard, drug-infested streets, only to see black faces, wondering why we decided to live a life in poverty. Then I realized the systematic racism coursing through our neighborhoods, the institutional racism forcing children out of schools. I've seen it. My lot told stories of wisdom implanted in every strain of hair from others that have shared their wisdom with me. It grows as I grow, entangled together like villages. We learn to accept ourselves and others through the acceptance of those who have been mistreated for centuries.
All right. Thank you. You grab this? You want me to get that? Can you hold that string?
Sorry.
Alright, if anybody doesn't have anything else to say, I guess we can proceed to the courthouse. I know it's hot, so if anybody wants to get some water before we leave, do so. We'll walk on down to the courthouse. Thank you for coming out.
I pause it?
Did it actually, you want to save it?
I didn't do anything.